everyone, and welcome back to my channel for another fabulous speed build. Today I'm building a family home in the world of Newcrest. This ends up being a limited pack build, a huge multi-generational family home if you so choose, and overall I'm really happy with it. So again, I built this on a 40 by 30 in the world of Newcrest in the neighborhood that's in like the top right corner. I don't think it even has a name. If it does, I don't know it, and I'd be lying. I would be guessing if I got it right. But I'm sure you're dying to know, Tiana, what limited packs does this build have so I can know if I can download this house without, breaking the bank or nothing. So this house is base game, obviously. It's growing together, parenthood, and kids room stuff. So a lot of the kids packs, if you will. And I'm just super thrilled with how it came out. Overall, it ends up being a 5-bed, 3-bathroom house with just so much clutter, so much life. This is the kind of house I would want to play in if you like my personal gameplay. I build so much stuff that I don't play in because I build a lot more than I play. I was actually thinking about this the other day. It's kind of sad. I haven't sat down and just played The Sims for like just me in so long, and I haven't even been streaming very much, so I haven't even gotten to really play at all, because at least I can play, when I stream. So really the only kind of gameplay I've been getting is my short lifespan legacy challenge that I play once a week, and I haven't even played that in the last week because I needed like a mental recuperation. If you've been watching that series and you saw what happened to me via Neighborhood Stories, the last episode, you know why I need a break, okay? You get it. But this house is filled with beautiful landscaping. I have a really typical style for landscaping, but I've kind of been leaning away from that and really been loving. My favorite way to landscape lately has been using the Debug Cottage Living flowers, but obviously I didn't have access to that stuff, so I didn't even use Debug I did use some Debug, but not all of it, but I just wanted it to be super colorful. Like, I wanted it to scream color, and really the reason I wanted to do that in this particular house is obviously it's a family home, but this is gonna sound so niche and silly, but a couple of years ago there was this commercial, a Home Depot commercial, and basically these parents, I don't even know if they had kids, they just lived in this neighborhood, okay, and they decided, they were like, okay, we are gonna freaking build a baseball field in our backyard. I swear to God, that's the whole premise of this, because a kid like hit a baseball in a window, broke a window, then they're like, we're gonna make a field for them to play. So they like go to Home Depot and they're playing the music, like, you know the song, you know the song. I'm not gonna do the song because this is the internet and I've been made fun of before on the internet. I'm not gonna like open it up. So they build a fucking baseball field in their backyard randomly on a Tuesday. Who's got money like that? I don't know, not in this economy. So they do that, and they like landscape around it, and they like, the wife is like picking out all these pretty flowers. Like, I don't know about y'all, but my mom can only grow children. She could not be keeping all those flowers alive. But it was, long story short, it was very rainbow like that, so I was basically letting that inspire me. I know that was very niche, and a lot of you were probably like, what the fuck are you talking about? That's just how my brain works, okay? Sometimes I ask really random questions, and if you're not a close friend of mine, or you don't like objectively tell me, like, can you explain to me how you got to like asking me that question so fucking randomly, because it's never random. There's always a large thought process that goes on, but it doesn't necessarily make sense, Some of you don't know, some of you do. For those of you who don't know, I'm sorry, I'll shut the fuck up soon, I promise. For those of you who do know, are you guys okay? Because I have not been doing too swell lately. I really haven't. Been hunting for jobs. Once again, did three rounds of interviews for a job that I thought I was perfect for. Said entry level right in the title. Interviewed really strong. It was supposed to be an hour interview for my third interview. Ended up being 2. Got really positive feedback, said they really liked me. I got a great endorsement from one of my professors who knew the hiring manager, just to get a phone call and then be like, yeah, so we don't think you have enough experience. For what? For the entry level position? I was hurt, but I was not surprised. That's just been how things have been going. I will tell you, I cried all day yesterday. I was supposed to finish this video way earlier than I did, but I was just feeling bad for myself. I have been feeling bad for myself, which is not a good thing to do. So I gave myself yesterday to kind of just like relax, I cried a lot. I'm not gonna lie to you. It has really been taking a toll on my self-esteem, this whole job hunting process, but I try to remind myself I am certainly not the only one. And, you know, if I don't get a regular 9 to 5, when am I gonna make my sim videos? I mean, I don't really sleep, and I really do want a 9 to 5. I don't want a 9 to 5. I want to be wanted, hiring managers. I don't know if that makes sense. Anyone who's job hunting right now, or anyone who's, like, about to graduate and is starting to get in that realm, I feel like you know what I'm talking about. Or anyone who's been in a professional setting or has children my age and is like, yeah, it's been really hard. Because the only person who feels worse about the way my job hunt is going is my mom. Because poor Heather has to listen to me cry all the time. All the time, okay? But you know what? We're still grinding. We're still here. And at least I have chocolate-covered strawberries, my Sims family, and my dogs are behind me. They were really bad today on their walkie walk. They had to get a little pow-pow. I'm not going to lie. They were really bad. There was a lizard. They almost dragged me down. They're very strong together, and they both were like lizard. So they had to get a little pow-pow, but, you know, we're doing okay. Mostly. And if you are in the same boat, I am so sorry. I am so sorry. I have no advice, because obviously I haven't been very successful. But you know what? Be kind to yourself. I don't know. Tears. Anyway, as you can see, I have made it through kind of the primary spots of this house, you know, the kitchen, living, dining. Those came together very quickly. And I will tell you, normally when I do a limited pack build, I normally do just base game and one other pack, but the few times I have done more, like, multiple limited packs, I feel like the reason I have to do multiple is because I don't have enough, like, stuff, decorations, but between the 3 packs I used, I had so much clutter items, so many shelves, all this good stuff. I even had counters and bathroom stuff. So really, I don't even know how much base game stuff I used in this house, because the packs I used covered such a wide variety. I also tried to pick packs I thought a lot of people would have access to. Family style packs typically sell very well with The Sims. I think that's pretty evident in the sheer amount that we have in them. And I know a lot of us are like little family gameplay girlies. So hopefully this is a more downloadable, playable house for you. Originally I was just going to use Parenthood and Growing Together, but I really have been loving the Kids Room stuff pack, and I'm hoping that that's one of the next packs they give away for free, because they've been giving away stuff packs for free like ever so often. I did think it was going to be Kids Room stuff pretty soon, but then just today they announced 2 brand new kits. They announced another party pack, okay? We already have luxury party stuff, and you already get, like, birthday party stuff in the base game as well as seasons. What? I don't know who on the Sims team is telling them, you know what, we need more party stuff. How many of you, honestly, and I'm okay being wrong, I'm asking out of genuine curiosity, how many of us really plan parties, okay? And I'm not saying I never do. Part of the reason I do is I do a lot more now that I film my gameplay and, like, I am a content creator, because it, you know, it helps make things more interesting. But when I have a house filled with 12 Sims, 2 dogs, you know, cheating on my wife, just trying to survive. One of my infants has been covered in poop for weeks. I can't make the bath work. You know, I'm stressed. You know what I don't think to myself? I go, you know what would make this better? A birthday party. I can't remember the last time I had a wedding, and the only reason I have weddings in The Sims is so I can get great screenies and stuff, and it's fun. But, like, before I was a content creator, I almost never did that shit. I'm not even gonna lie to you guys. And I'm not saying no one does, but do enough people do it often enough to have that much party stuff? And when I do have a party, am I decorating? And am I wrong? I don't know. This could just be me. Everyone plays kind of different. And, you know, also, if you're, like, super disagreeing with me, can you be really nice to me about it? Because I have been really sensitive, and I got, like, a really mean TikTok comment the other day, and I'm not gonna lie, it kind of made me spiral, most of the time. But anyway, as you can see, we are upstairs. I am making this all white nursery, and I can just imagine, like, it's giving crunchy beige mom, but, like, I think the crunchy beige moms on the internet get way too much hate because, like, it's your own kid, like, do whatever you want. I personally would never be a crunchy beige mom, but that's because I like color. If you go to my living room right now, like, my area rug in my living room has 86 different colors in it. It's basically a rainbow. I have pink throw pillows, blue ones, green ones, cream. You know, I got all the color. I like color. I like eclectic styles. I like really warm houses. Don't get me wrong, I love seeing my little, like, Pinterest-ass queens with their white fluffy couches, but that would never be me, okay? My dogs are dirty, I'm dirty, I make messes, and I like color, you know? But either way, do you, boo-boo, right? My one question is, like, how do you keep it so clean? Like, they just must go through, like, so much Scotch Guard, which, if you don't know what that is, it's the stuff you can spray on, like, fabric to kind of help make it, like, more dirt-proof, more waterproof, etc., etc. I've used it before on certain things. Like, if you ever get a nice pair of sneakers, white shoes, oh, yeah, Scotch Guard those bitches. But, like, it only works so well. Like, your whole house is that white, and you have dogs and 2 children under 5? I just want to know what your cleaning routine looked like. Like, you must be on top of your shit. Like, you must have stain sticks out the wazoo. And I respect that. I just know it's not right for me. We are in our little Space Cadets room. We just finished it. Now, this room, I loved decorating because this is where I kind of tweaked the floor plan a little bit because, again, I was copying a floor plan I found online for, like, a real house design, but it doesn't always translate over in The Sims the way you would want. But the kids' room stuff had this little divider, and I was like, I'm going to divide this room into 2. It'll be so freaking cute. So on this side we're decorating right now, it's going to end up being, like, the blue side. There's, like, a blue side and a pink side. I imagine it's for 2 girls, probably 2 twins. But my little blue girl, I was definitely, like, projecting myself out there because I was a really logical kid. No one should be shocked that I ended up having immense anxiety. Because that's just, like, who I was. But I end up putting, like, the little trophy thing, shelf, and soccer jersey. I just imagine this kid is, like, trying to be the best at everything, and they have, like, just chronic anxiety. They are not a go with the flow kind of person. They need to know when the flow is starting, when it's ending, what to wear to the flow, and if the flow changes, they are crippled, okay? I end up putting, like, a little piggy bank and everything, because I was like, okay, if I'm projecting myself into this room, you want to know what I started doing when I was literally 12 years old? Saving for a house. That's because I have a lot of anxiety, but part of me was like, how do people... I was watching House Hunters with my mom. I was like, how do people have enough money? Like, how do you have $350,000? Like, I'll never have $350,000. I need to start saving now. Granted, I was, like, a small kid, and I didn't understand the concept of, like, loans and credit and stuff like that. But, honestly, 12-year-old Tiana was onto something, because as an avid Zillow follower, I'll tell you, it's rough, dude. It's rough out there. Now we are into that downstairs room. I did this one last because I wasn't sure if I wanted to make this another bedroom or if I wanted to do a big office. But I was like, you know what? This is a pretty big room to just be an office. And it is downstairs. So I was like, let's do another kid's room. I want this family to be like full Brady Bunch. So at the end, this house is made to have 5 children in it plus 7 adults. And you can definitely still have like a dog, like a little Fido, do like a little family dream house kind of situation if you so choose. I obviously didn't make cats and dogs in this house because I did not use those packs, but it's always something you could add in, or you could just say fuck it and get a horse if you're really feeling wild like Neighborhood Stories. But we are getting to the end of the video, so let's jump in for our live tour Alright team, we have made it, and I am actually filming my house tour before I film my yip yappity speed build part, because when I was building this house, I went to save it after finishing it, and it started to buffer, and I literally started to cry. I was like, I need a break, I need to walk away, like, I just shut my whole computer down. I could not unfreeze it, and, I don't know what I've done, but I'm clearly in good graces today, because, it saved all my work. So, let's go ahead and do a little house tour. We'll start with a little 360 angle. This is a lot in the world of Newcrest, and I normally have a hard time building on this lot because of the way it's oriented, but I really like the idea of having like a side yard rather than a traditional backyard, and she is so cute. She is darling. I feel like she fits in the world really beautifully. Again, biased, I did build it, so let's just check out the little backyard. I wanted big, beautiful flowers, okay? Do you hear me? Big, gorgeous, gorgeous landscaping, lots of colors, and I think I achieved that. It's kind of small in some senses, but it's got a nice pool, some lounge area, and, like, really, I wanted the house to take up the lot and just look borderline jam-packed. Like, I wanted it to look squishy, squished, and I think I achieved that. We have our little roundabout driveway, which, when I was a kid, I thought that was, like, you were super rich, okay? And there's, like, bikes everywhere for the kiddos. And let's go on in. Obviously, we have our little front porch area. It's nothing crazy. I actually sized up just regular flowers into these potted plants. So it looks like more lived in, I guess. I don't know. It's nothing too fancy. Then we have our little entryway, and I wanted this to just feel like I wanted the same vibes as like the Good Luck Charlie house. I don't really know if that makes sense. But again, half the shit that comes out of my mouth does not make sense. And we have a downstairs bathroom. All the bathrooms are the same. They're nothing fancy. Then we have like, I guess kind of like an elongated entryway. But what I liked about this is if you wanted to delete all of this stuff to kind of put in whatever your Sims need, I think that's great. Again, I think this house is just so playable. Then we have our primary bedroom, and I am just so obsessed with her. So obsessed with her. I really like the pink with, I don't know what these are called because I've never lived in a house that has them, and I'm just not like an expert. But like I like how there's like wood paneling that goes up halfway, and then the color kind of throughout the house. I think it makes it a little bit more visually interesting. And it's really exciting that I can say the word visually interesting like I'm a smart ass bitch, but I also say the word and like every 5 seconds. So, you know, that's something hard to swallow. Then we have our living dining situation. She is so cute. She is beautiful. There's like a little playroom kind of section thing, if that's what you would call it. And I really enjoy that. Overall, it just looks really lived in. Actually, you know what? I haven't put this on the gallery. 1 second. Alright, sorry about that. I just decided the shelf needed some more zhuzh, so I put some stuff on it. Then we have our little dining room. I actually paired this, I want to say, what pack is this? What pack is this? What pack is this? This is Parenthood with the Growing Together chairs, and the wood swatches are actually pretty similar, if not identical, and I really liked that. I even put a high chair in, which I'm not gonna lie to you, if I were playing in this house, I would just delete that. I never use high chairs. You can make fun of me if you want. Then we have our kitchen area. She's so cute. I imagine this little chalkboard over here is like the TikTok moms that you see who have all their paint markers, and every year or every week they're like weekly menu, and they like draw cool shit on it. If you know who I'm talking about, like, there's a lot of people on TikTok who do that, but there's this one person I'm thinking about in particular who always pops up on my For You page, and I am totally obsessed. I would strive to be that kind of parent, but I also know I am probably not going to be. So, you know, there's that, but I think it's really cute. I added, like, kids' arts and crafts. Like, you just know the parents of this house. Maybe dad is, you know, some kind of corporate girl boss, if you will. The dad is a corporate girl boss, yes. I said what I said, I meant what I meant. Anyway, but I just know he goes to work in his suit or whatever, and he just totally has the friendship bracelets on. Or his macaroni necklace on. Like, you just know that's so true. Then we have what I would imagine is a teenage boys room. It could also be a teenage girls room. You know, I don't know. But they just love music, and I imagine they're probably somewhat of a protege. And they definitely be sneaking out. I just know they be sneaking out. I never snuck out as a kid, but that's because I had a lot of freedom. And my mom really only said no to things that probably weren't a good idea. My mom never said no, but that's a different story. Then we have just our little backyard. Another table, chairs. Obviously, we need a chess table because every sim and their mom needs logic skill. Let's go on upstairs. And we have just our little landing. I really appreciate these little basket kind of area thing. I just feel like it's very realistic for the amount of kids in this house. So we have our upstairs bathroom. It's a really nice size for a hall bath, and it's got all the essentials, you know? Then we have a room for a toddler or an infant, you know, whatever. I don't know if this child is a girl or a boy, but it's very white, and I think it looks good. But could you imagine trying to raise a toddler in a room that is this white? All the crunchy beige moms you see online, it's not even that I care about that aesthetic. And, you know, I know there's a lot of discourse online about, you know, what's realistic for your child and blah, blah, blah. Like, mind your business. Let people do what they want with their kids. But the one thought I have is my brother, I remember when my brother was that age, so I have experience with small children. I also nannied a lot. Kids are messy, and white carpet and white walls and white everything. Good luck, sister. Good luck. Anyway, then we have another room. It's very space themed. Again, I imagine these kids are proteges at what they be doing. And apparently this is like a young Sheldon kind of vibe. I'm not totally sure, but I really just like the way it came out. This is a base game wallpaper, again with this base game light, and I just think it's so freaking cute. I really appreciate my dedication to the theme. It's giving Extreme Home Makeover Edition, you know, when they'd like, the kid would be like, yeah, I kind of like Star Wars, and then they would give them like a custom made fucking spaceship bed, and it was like, what are they gonna do in like 2 years when they're not 10 anymore and they have other interests? But anyway, then we have kind of a split room because this room was so big, and the way I did the floor plan, I couldn't split it into just two, plus those shapes would be boring, so I did like a little pink blue action, and I had a lot of ideas for this. So this little blue room over here, this is for my practical child, okay? Overachiever, class president, captain of everything. I had a lot of anxiety as a kid, so I started saving money because, I don't know about y'all, but my parents, I remember the 2008 recession vaguely. I obviously should have been investing in real estate, but instead I was putting money in my piggy bank. Idiot. I'm projecting myself into this room, okay? The overachiever, anxiety-stricken little noodle that I was at that age. Then we have a little bit more of our artsy girl, and she just, I just imagine she, like, loves to sew, she loves to sing, she's very, like, musical, creative, artistic, and she's just an overall pink queen. This is who I want to be. This is literally a metaphor for me. Who I was as a child, who I wish I was. Now I'm in my pink era, and it's so fitting. And I also never get to use this little, like, cloud swatch, and it's criminal because look how freaking cute this is. And this is also one of my favorite wallpapers from the base game, so, But overall, that is the entire house. Here's this extra room. I initially was going to make this into, like, an additional bathroom, but I didn't feel like it really made sense. If you wanted, you could probably make it, like, you could make a third floor and have, like, a playhouse. I don't know. But here is the floor plan. I copied this floor plan from a website. Mostly, I did tweak it a little bit because, The Sims is The Sims. But overall, it is a 5-bedroom, 3-bath house. Holy shit, it might even be more. No, it's 5 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms, and it is gorgeous, and I'm so happy. Again, this is a limited pack build that is available on my gallery. My gallery ID is just Tiana305. As always, it is in the description box down below if you would like to check it out. If you do happen to play in this house and you come from YouTube, I would absolutely love if you left a little comment on my gallery, because it makes my heart soar when I know that people are using, like, my little base game, or my little houses that I build in their gameplay. But with that being said, this is going to be the end of our video. So, make sure you give it a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe to my channel if you haven't already so you can see the rest of my builds coming. And don't forget to drink your water. I will see you guys next time. Bye, everyone.